Isn't this the song you played last time?
Yeah. You want me to play another one?
Please.
Okay.
It was slow enough the last time, boring enough. You don't have to suffer through it twice. Go ahead.
I don't know any other song.
That's not the only one. Page 19. Page 19 of that book.
Oh, yeah, it's on.
Okay, all right. Go with it. There you go.
That's enough of that song.
Wow, it's never sounded better.
Mr. Poe, it looks like you
no wonder it sounded so good. It was just me.
I just noticed that. This looks like you're picking your nose. You know that? You notice that?
I can frequently do both things at the same time,
Yeah,
Mr.
very
Stock,
good,
but
very
I
good.
didn't really... It's really not very polite of you to mention it. Well, what am I supposed to do? I know there's something
My
we're
intro.
supposed to do. Dang, it's just the start of the show. Oh yeah, we're New Traditions.
No, that's my part.
I'm the Alan Poe. Thank you for for tuning in, and yeah, this is our second last show. I'm real sorry about it, and
He can't
thanks.
even do it. And Mr.
Thanks.
Poe,
You got some great guests here.
You're supposed to introduce me first, and then you're supposed to introduce me, and then I introduce the show.
Dang, I knew I forgot something. Okay, once again, I have to do this.
Well, forget it. Welcome
Michael
to New
Stock,
Traditions.
South Florida's Mr. Foe.
Forget it, Mr. Poe. Welcome to New Traditions. My name's Michael Stock. My co-host, Edgar Allan Poe IV. I'm going to fire him after the next show. Welcome to New Traditions. This show, we're here every week for the next week.
We're here for this,
And then,
every
what
week
we're
for one
gonna
more
do-
week.
What we're going to do is present what we have been doing every week for the past few months is presenting talented people who live here in South Florida, and we give you a live 30-minute
Mr. Stock,
show.
it's the second to the last show. Let's not use it all up with this same boring intro that they've heard for how long have we been on now? 6 months?
I don't
6
know.
months? They've heard. They know it. They got it memorized.
Well, okay. Well, thank you
We're
for
a
tuning
show.
in to New Traditions.
This is New
and-
Traditions. Period. This is New
This
Traditions.
guy.
Thanks for tuning in. We have musical guests on today. How about that?
I think it stinks, Mr. Poe, but I want to thanks everybody for tuning in. You still got to put on a happy face and tell everybody thanks for tuning in, even though this is our second to last show. I want to thanks everybody for tuning in.
Anna Brenner Meyer? You going to talk about Anna Brenner Meyer?
You were the one who just brought it up. I was just going to skip over it
Oh,
because you
okay.
interrupted it.
Fine. All right.
But we are broadcast live.
Oh, no, that's okay, Mr. Stock.
Anna Brenner Myers Telecommunications Center here at the W Studios of Cable Tap, WLRN Radio and TV. And welcome. My name is Michael Stock, and his Edgar Allan Poe IV.
Yeah.
And today's guests are a group called Arra and Company. We'll find out why in a moment. And the group consists of Rick Arra. Welcome to the show, Rick.
Hi, Cal.
And also Agnes Arra. So welcome to the show, Agnes.
Hello.
Okay, and
Thank
let's quickly go through our T-shirt segment. This is what I'm wearing is an old T-shirt. This is an old T-shirt that I got from college, actually.
Well, let's open it up so they can see it,
I'll
Mr.
open it
Stock.
up, and this says South Florida Country Club. Oh, there you go. And
So
it's,
you're portraying your roots here, Mr. Stock. You're a spoiled little rich boy who grew up in country clubs.
Actually, this is the university I went to in Tampa, University of South Florida. It was kind of the gag shirt, and I gave it to Poe, and he keeps all these shirts. So I thought I'd wear it again because I don't have any more shirts to
10
wear.
years ago, and I still got it. And now he's taking it back.
And what shirt
Didn't even give her.
What shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing a shirt that actually belongs to our fashion coordinator, Mark Weiser.
Oh.
And I understand there's going to be some keyboards.
It's like a 3D thing here.
Yeah, oh! Pull my chest hairs, there, Mr. Stock. Yes, it is 3D, and so my chest hairs, what's left of them. Yeah, well, we've got our guests here are going to be singing with tapes, which I think is an unusual thing for our show.
That's right.
It's a folky kind of show.
But it's not any kind of
usually
tape.
like that grassroots kind of thing, but it's okay. But there's keyboards on there, and you won't be able to see the keyboards because they're on the tape, so I'll just play it on my shirt.
Okay, very good.
I'll fill in. It's like lips. You're talking about
Lip
guitar
sync,
sync.
guitar sync, yeah.
I'll keyboard sync.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, good, huh? Great.
Wonderful.
Can I get in on this T-shirt thing? I think I have.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's look at Rick's shirt.
He's got dead people on it.
This is the Dead
That's
People
right.
shirt.
That's what it is. Okay, I noticed Morrison, Hendrix, and Lennon, and is there another
Janis
one?
Yeah, Janis Joplin's over on the
Jonas
corner.
under your
Who's
armpit.
Who's on the back?
And
Same as the front.
that's a great shirt. Great
It's a
shirt.
different shirt.
I was wondering why Dylan was on there, and now I know why Dylan's went on there.
Because he's not dead yet.
Soon.
That's
Very
cold.
Good. Very good. Okay, well, we used to ask everybody to send in the T-shirts, but we won't anymore because it's like we said,
Too
this
late.
is about the last
What
show.
you can send in now are letters of, what, sympathy?
Sympathy?
You know,
That's
Martin
right.
Yaffe said that we should beg and plead, and we should, he really, I mean, you know, I brought up this idea of asking for letters to bring back the show, and he said, yeah, we should really push it, and he suggested that you cry, Mr. Stock. And I
Well,
said, I don't want to
have-
seem pathetic.
I have cried, but not on the air.
But he pointed out that Jim Baker did very well by, you know,
Crying on the air.
and being rather
That's right.
pathetic, and he made a lot of money. But look where he ended up, huh?
But I do want to thank you for the fan mail you've been getting.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you could always send in fan mail. We could always appreciate it. And
Sure. We got quite a bit of it here. Yeah. God, this is all my fan mail. You know, you can send fan mail to me and fan mail to Mr. Stock. This is what people have been sending to me, Mr. Stock.
you're kidding.
We got
Whoa.
lots of
Whoa.
nice fan mail and cards and letters, always talking about, you know, how funny I am, and gee, it's too bad you have to put up with Mr. Stock.
Well,
'cause he's
didn't
so
I get any
boring.
fan mail, Mr.
Well, yes,
Poe?
you did. Here's your stuff.
Oh, thanks.
Fan mail.
He hides all this stuff from me.
South Florida Peace Coalition, WLRN, Broadcasters. Let's see. I don't know what this is. National Performance Network.
Well, that's junk mail. That's not
It's all
fan
junk
mail.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Oh, here. Open that one up. That looks like it might be an actual letter. The Miami Herald Publishing Company, I think. Oh, and look what we have here. The Clark County Court parking violations. Let's get a close-up of this one.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Stock. Oh, is this a parking ticket, Mr. Stock? Wait, get the name there so we know I'm not making this up. Let's have a look at this one. Let's see what you're into the government for, Mr. Stock. Oops. I think I just, let me see. $17. Not bad.
When did this?
That's what your parking ticket say.
I wonder why Mr. Poe never gives me my mail.
You're wondering how I got this mail. National Resources Defense Council. It is all junk mail. You're right. These are Special Olympics. Were you in the Special Olympics, Mr. Stock? I might imagine that's one athletic contest you could actually compete in. You might even win something.
Well, this is news to
Special
me. I
Olympics.
thought it was fan mail.
Biodiversity. What is this? What's biodiversity? Conference for Individual and World Peace.
Now I know why this is our second to last show, Mr. Poe. This is
Ooh, look! You got a $100 gift certificate enclosed in this one. You better open that one up right away. Whoop. Matt Guitar Murphy's playing at Tobacco Road, April 6th. I'm going to catch that one.
Mr. Poe, where did you get this
The
mail?
Nature Conservatory. You want to know, Mr. Stock? I'll tell
See,
you.
this is what we do on the show here.
Don't mix it with my mail. I've got real mail. Mr. Stock, I was doing that play True West. It just so happens that the lighting director and designer moved into your old house and kept complaining about how she still gets your mail and Ann's mail, and she's really upset about it. And why didn't you change your address? She's sick and tired of getting your mail all the time. And I said, well, I'll take it. I'll give it to him. So
No.
here it is.
Well, that's
It's your
interesting.
fan mail. It's as close as you're going to get to fan mail.
Well, why would I give her my address so I
Maybe
can
we
get
should put
this
the address
junk
up here
mail?
now, though, so people, if they do want to send in mail, they can do it.
I don't care for it.
Mr.
All
No
right.
address? We don't have an address anymore.
Well, this
Because
is
we cut out-
interesting. Well, now I'm really
We're
upset.
not getting any cooperation from the backstage crew here. No it'll be at the end of the show. Is that how it works? End of the show.
I don't even feel like working anymore. You want to take over the show, Mr. Poe? You're doing such a good job of it.
Let's turn it over to our guests.
Okay.
You can ask us questions. We're interesting personalities.
Oh, okay. How did you get involved with Mark?
Mark Weiser?
Yeah.
Well, that's a long story.
How much time do you have?
We both do radio shows on WDNA. In fact, we do shows together now. We do shows Wednesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9. But back in the old days, I used to do a show, and he did a show. He used to call me up all the time. He used to call me up all the time, tell me what a great show I was doing. And then he would talk incessantly for hours. And while I'm trying to do a show, and it's very disrupting. You try to do a show and talk to somebody on the same time. Do you remember that, Mark, calling up all the time and talking about what a great show it was?
Mostly complaints.
Yeah, he loved it. You can't. He's not on mic, but so you can't hear what he's saying. But yeah, he just loved it, and so did Mr. Stock. That's how I met Mr. Stock.
I see.
WDNA, he did a show there too, and he too used to call up all the time. You remember calling me up, Mr. Stock?
Yeah, I always said
Raving
that
about the show.
the music was okay, but his talking between the songs would just go on and on and on. I just drive me batty. So it's like I turn the channel looking for music, and then I turn it back when he's finished
No, it's when
talking.
he was done talking.
None of it's true.
Yeah.
You know what he used to call up? He used to do it with a co-host, Pete Hall. And he used to call up and go, "Are you guys really arguing? You really fighting?" And now that he's
Now-
co-hosting a show with me, he knows
know
the
it's
real
true.
truth.
Ah.
But
the truth comes
He's
out.
got a lot of junk over here.
well,
Mr.
since
Stock.
since we're talking about radio, I might as well mention that I no longer work for WDNA. I work for LRN. I do a folk music radio show every Saturday afternoon on 91.3 FM. And so if people like folk music, turn to WLRN. Well, is there any other questions you'd like to ask Mr. Poe? Ask Mr.
No,
Poe.
I'm finished.
Or
How about
Mr.
you?
Stock.
No,
That was a good one. That
Not
was a
that I
good
can
one.
think of
Got a
off
good
the
long
top.
answer out of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key. If you're a good interviewer, Mr. Stock, you see, you hardly do any talking at all. The guest does all the talking. You know that?
Oh, is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. You just ask like a real short, succinct question, and then let them go on and on and on. That's really the key.
Oh, is that
a good
right?
interviewer, you hardly even know he's there.
Oh, where did you learn your interviewing techniques from?
Sounds like Monty Python.
Obviously not from where. I don't know, Mr. Stock. You're the interviewer here. I'm the one who
You mean
disrupts
I'm the
things.
interviewer
I
here?
disrupt things. That's my job, is to disrupt things, to create anarchy.
I see.
That's what I do.
The
And you
interviewer and
interview.
the
Where did you get
disruptor.
your interview techniques?
Well, we've got to go on with the show, Mr. Poe.
Go ahead. That's the lead-in. You were supposed to say, well, just to show off my interview
Yeah,
techniques.
I got to apologize for our TV audience because I'm just kind of fed up with Mr. Poe's antics. So I thought I'd let him carry on, and I got to apologize for the first boring 5 minutes of the show. So let's get on with this with the show with Arra and Company. Where did you come up with the name of Arra and Company?
I'll let you answer that.
Okay. As you may or may not know, our last name is Arra.
Is it because you're
Oh.
brother, sister?
No, we're married.
You're married.
We're married. We're
Oh.
husband and wife. Aw.
Nice.
Big Anyway, we had racked our brains trying to come up with some clever name for a duo. And I know in the past when we were in rock and roll bands, that was always a problem, coming up with a good, catchy name that didn't sound too hokey or too stupid or too flaky or anything like that. So we just said, the heck with it. Just use our last name. Van Halen can do it, we can do it too. So it's just Arra and Company.
Ooh.
It's true.
So, I mean, you don't think that's a hokey or stupid name or anything?
Well, it's our name. We got to live with it every day of our lives. So we figured, what the heck, we'll just throw it at people all the time.
That's good. Well, that's an interesting name. I imagine that's your name, Rick,
Yeah.
Arra.
Italian.
Italian name. Have you been in rock and roll bands?
Oh, many.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? And you too, Agnes?
Not as long as he's been, though.
Oh, is that right? Were you both playing music when you met?
Yes, as
kind
a
of.
matter of fact. Yeah, see, we kind of go back a long way. We went to grammar school together. We grew up together in New York.
In New York.
And
Childhood sweethearts.
yeah, childhood
I knew
sweethearts.
someone was going to say that.
Well, it's the truth.
Childhood
It's the truth,
sweethearts.
you know. And
Oh.
he was in bands. He was playing rock and roll, and I used to sing, and we used to raise money for churches and stuff like that. And I used to, get involved with that. And a mutual friend of ours introduced us to each other, and I was in a rock and roll band with him for a while, and that just kind of went off by the wayside. But we remained friends, and eventually became girlfriend and boyfriend. Then we got married and moved to Florida, and the rest is history.
Okay, well, we're going to do something different now. We normally don't have tapes, but because you work with a lot of synthesized computer music, we had to put some of it on tape, and you're going to, I guess, sing over it?
Right.
Okay, well, let's do a sample of that, okay?
All right. Well, the first one's an
Okay.
instrumental.
Oh, so you can't sing over that.
No.
No.
He's going to have to play.
Okay, well, let's hear that.
It's called Hideaway. It's by Freddie King. That's a blues. 12-bar blues.
Okay, we'll just start that tape. And Whoa, that's great.
Thank you.
All right.
Very nice.
Well, that was an interesting.
It was very different, wasn't it?
That was
Mr. Stock?
different.
It was quite different than what we usually at.
Mr. Poe is definitely amused by your playing there.
Oh, that's
Rick?
good. I'm happy about that.
Oh, good, good. Okay, are you?
I've never seen that before.
Oh, okay. Now, we talked earlier. You live in Homestead now, and you're working steady out there.
Yeah, well, no, we're working Miami Beach.
Oh, is that right?
The Holiday Inn over there.
Is that well? This show's not going to be aired to the end of January. So, like, do you have an extended run there? Or does it go
Yeah.
week by week, month by month?
No, it's an extended run.
Well, that's good. So
We're
that's
more or less the house duo,
Uh-huh.
whatever you want to call us. Yeah.
so it's a pretty secure job, I guess. It's
Well,
As
kind
secure
of.
as secure as it could be, I
Yeah.
suppose.
yeah. Okay, well, let's. I want to hear some singing.
Yeah, let's
get
hear
some
some
singing.
All right. I think
Yeah.
we've got an original tune here coming up, if I'm not mistaken. It's a song
Yes.
that Rick and I wrote.
Take
Nice
it away.
little bluesy number.
Okay.
Never sang sitting down, but we'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
I could never leave you, 'cause you are the one I must cling to. Oh,
That was wonderful. Great. Now, I imagine working as a duo is quite different from your days of rock and roll.
Oh yes.
Well, we try to sneak it in.
We still do rock and roll, but we've augmented it by adding jazz and reggae and more blues and just, even country, some Patsy Cline in there.
Oh, really?
We try to really. We play to such an international audience at the Holiday Inn. We get people literally from all over the world, and you have to try to touch on every kind of possible, conceivable music that the people would be into. So you can you can't please everybody all of the time, but, most of the times, people enjoy something that we've done, if not, hopefully, everything that we've done.
You must have a pretty big repertoire of music.
Yes.
Yeah, and these aren't just rock and rollers, Mr. Stark. Let's not forget. They started out raising money for churches. Sort of like the Osmond thing.
Really?
Okay.
So it's not like that's a great outfit there. I must say.
Well,
If you have
thanks.
a pair of the sleeves is what I really like. Do you have pants that sort of
Well,
match
yeah,
that,
I
or-
do. I was going to wear it, but it's too evening-ish, so I wanted to be a little bit more conservative.
Oh,
No,
well, this show's
it's
on
not.
at 10 o'clock on Thursday night.
I know. Well, maybe I.
That was very Mr. Observant, Mr. Cole.
nothing risque or anything like that. I mean, it's
Oh, well, then.
It's-
then
it's-
Mr. Poe's
it's-
not interested.
it's very
He's not
clean,
interested.
so I don't know if.
I don't know. If it's like those sleeves.
No, I'm sorry. It's not quite that provocative.
Well, okay, so working in
They
the
had a
Holiday
whole
Inn.
outfit that was like
Excuse
the
me,
sleeves.
Mr. Poe.
Yeah.
I think we've exhausted that
Oh,
segment. Working at the Holiday Inn, what is the most requested song you get there?
That's a tough one. I guess.
Or do different
Different
Yeah.
groups request different.
what would those different groups be, and what songs
Well,
would it be?
the locals, the ones that go in there, that live in the area, that frequent, the lounge, as a rule, they ask for the typical, top 40 rock type of stuff, like old time rock and roll by Bob Seger, or the traditional R&B stuff like Percy's Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman, that kind of stuff. Just traditional rock and roll
New
stuff.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that
Yes,
one.
I was gonna
Believe it or
say.
not, yeah.
Misty?
The
not Misty.
older middle of the class, middle class people from Midwest and that type of, they ask for the New York Strangers in the Night.
I imagine you
That's an
also
old
get a
one.
lot
That's
of
a chestnut.
get a lot of travelers in there.
Yes.
Does anybody come up to you and are really excited about it and want you to take you away to their hometown and give
yes.
you record contracts?
Oh yeah,
and-
Yeah.
you get offers like that all the time,
Yeah.
Hey, come, when you come to Nova Scotia, please come look me up.
Yeah.
It's like, right, I'll be in Nova Scotia next week. Don't worry.
Oh,
about
so
it.
you never pursued any of those?
No, it's you
No.
just have to take it with a grain of salt.
We're in
you
the
know.
process of working on a possible deal in Nashville, but that hasn't
Yeah, we're
materialized
just
yet.
waiting.
There's a lot of talk about it, and they're very excited about it, and we're just, waiting and see what happens when the fella comes back from wherever he is. I don't even know where he is anymore.
Yeah,
And,
but he has a contact here in Miami that keeps us informed as to what's happening. So you never know. Maybe by the time this airs, something may have
Who knows?
may have taken place.
Do you guys do anything that's just without the taped filler music, just the guitar and the voice?
Like an acoustic type of thing.
Well, that could be with the
not
guitar.
not over there. we
Not
don't.
over there,
no.
no.
How about
What is he
no? I
talking
mean just
about?
on your own. I mean,
Oh, you mean just
like
just
maybe you could do here.
Something-
something that we can just kind of do like
geez,
off
I
the
don't know.
cuff
I don't
here?
have anything really together to do, especially with an electric guitar.
Well, Rick's not together.
Yeah.
for
He's
the
not
show.
together.
He's not
Okay.
together.
Not
He's-
together.
All
He'd
right,
be just
all right.
finishing breakfast.
Yeah, we're like.
Yeah. So what time? What are your hours at Holiday Inn?
They're really not all that bad. We usually play till about 12:30,
Oh,
something
that's not
like
bad
that.
at
So
all.
it's just the drive that kind of gets to you after a while. That's the killer right there. But hey,
That's true. The drive.
that's where
is
we
really
chose
bad.
to live. So I mean, it's we live out in the Redlands.
Do you have a family out there?
No,
No.
just
no.
a dog and a bird.
Just, yeah, a dog and a bird.
Redlands, so you have a big, not an apartment. I assume it's a
No.
big
Yeah,
area.
it's a house. Well, it's not
It's
a big house.
No,
It's
it's small.
it's small, a little small yard.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, how long ago did you tie the knot?
Actually, it's going to be 10 years, January 19th.
No kidding. How is it musicians always look so young? Why is it? Why is it?
I don't know. We've talked about that before. We don't know. I think the music keeps you young.
I
I
think
really
so.
do.
I don't know. It must be something.
I
with
really-
the
I really
lifestyle.
Staying up late.
I really believe
the
that,
hard
yeah.
living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drinking. it's all that
Drinking,
stuff.
rock and roll. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hear one more tune, okay? But before you start, we got to say goodbye to the
Oh.
audience here and thank
Okay.
them for tuning in. Thank you. Well, thanks for tuning in. Okay, what's next?
You want to do?
There'll be that address.
I guess
Oh
when
yeah,
it comes on.
at the end of the show, there's
There
an
it is.
address. Call
Yeah.
in. Oh,
Call
there it is.
right in
There it is,
and,
right there.
New tradition.
Bring back the show.
Anyway.
This is the second to last one.
Here it is. Take it away. Arrow Company.